Hello and welcome back to Remnant 2. Today's build is going to be using the Nightweaver's Grudge along with the Atonement Fold, kind of like our neckbone necklace build. So we will be playing on Apocalypse so you get to see how it does, and I mean it does a ton of damage. Now, similar to the neckbone necklace build, this one has sort of a generic setup that gives you some flexibility on what all you want to use, but there's two main pieces. The Nightweaver's Grudge, the Atonement Fold. Atonement Fold is going to inflict bleeding on us and then increase our crit chance by 10%. And then our amulet is a Nightweaver's Grudge, so we gain 20% increased crit chance and haste whenever we're near an entity that has a status effect on them. Well, we have bleeding on us. That counts as an entity, so we will constantly have that 20% increased crit chance and haste. So because we've got that increased crit chance from this and the Atonement Fold, we're going for a crit build. And just like I said in the neckbone necklace build, you know, I love how you can do like general ideas for builds and then create them in different ways, you know, have different flavors. So this is a critical, like ranged critical build, but using different things than I've done before. So what else do I have going on here? Because it's all about range crit chance, we're going to have the probability cord on because that's just going to increase our crit damage by 30%. And then I also have Zoe's Ring on to increase our mod duration because we have two mods that we're going to be using a bit here. I also have the Blood Tinge Ring on because I'm using it to counteract the Atonement Fold. The Atonement Fold is bleeding. We need to kind of counteract that bleeding. Blood Tinge Ring heals us when we have an enemy bleeding nearby, so we count. I will also be drinking the root water, which will keep us, you know, topped off some more extra regeneration to counteract the bleeding. And then for my archetypes, I'm using the Hunter because it's just got all kinds of awesome critical hit stuff, range stuff, along with a Gunslinger. Same thing, crit, range stuff, yada, yada, yada. The Hunter's Mark is going to help us out a lot for increased crit chance and damage. And then we've got Bullet Storm, which is going to help us out with a rate fire and reload speed, things like that. Our guns, so I'm using the Nightfall, which is why I'm using the Zoe's Band, increasing the mod duration. So when we use a mod on this thing, you know, we enter the Nightmare Realm or whatever, and so we are like fully automatic, just infinite ammo, harder to hit, all those things. So I want it to last for a little bit longer. It's not like a ton longer. It's 11.5 seconds as opposed to like 10 seconds or whatever it is. But, you know, that 1 second more can kind of make a difference. I mean, honestly, you could swap this for whatever you want. You could probably swap this for whatever you want. I think these three are the main three pieces to make the build work. Assassin's Dagger, doesn't matter. Corrupted Rune Pistol, I'm doing that for its mod ability as well. Again, more duration for the mod is kind of what I was thinking. In our relic, we've got health, we've got ranged crit chance, and we've got ranged crit damage. So we're going to be doing a lot. We're constantly getting critical hits on this build, man. We're doing quite a bit on those damages as well. Trait-wise, doesn't matter. This is literally the exact same traits I had in my other build, which pretty much tells you it kind of doesn't matter. I've got survivability stuff in there where it's like Fortify and Vigor. I've got Siphoner in there because our bleeding is reducing our healing effect. So I think Siphoner is not affected by that, but maybe I'm wrong. Fitness for the increased dodge range, you know, Shade Skin, Spirit, yeah, all those things. Let's show you how it does because it does do a lot of damage. Now, I was using this with a bow as well. And let me tell you, it was pretty sick. I'll probably show you that setup as well. I think I'll do that. So let's go ahead and break some of these dudes up. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up. We got stuff to do, boys. We're going to move away a little bit. Let's go ahead and activate this. And thanks to the Bullet Storm, our Nightfall thing is now fully automatic, even though it should be a single shot weapon. And then every time we take down the enemies, it auto reloads. There we go. Dodge backwards a little bit. Pow, 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 pow. Now, you could probably choose some rings that give you, like, increased crit chance, crit damage, like the Akari Warband. That way, when you get a perfect dodge, you increase that crit stuff again. You could do the Braided Thorns. That's going to increase your crit chance when you finish enemies. Let's go ahead and I think we'll activate this one. Roll back. And we'll just start unloading. I didn't mention the mutator that I've got in my gun right now is the Momentum. So when we get those critical hits, it increases our critical damage, stacking up to 10 times. And I mean, look, we're just getting constant critical hits. And 847 on a weak spot hit, especially when we're doing them back to back to back like that, it's very nice. It's pretty reasonable. And now I would like to aggro a bunch of them, and then we can use the Nightfall ability to just absolutely lay into all of them. So let's see if we can do it. Break, break, break. Come on. Anybody else? Let's go, guys. I want to do some stuff with you. Come on. Let's go ahead and activate it now. And then we just start unloading. Lots of critical. Look at all those critical hits and like infinite ammo. Don't stop shooting. We took a ton of damage there, unfortunately. But the lifesteal is pretty nice. We get the lifesteal while we're in the shade form as well, which is kind of nice. So, I mean, the build does pretty well as far as damage is considered. Pretty respectable. I've enjoyed this. This is one of my favorite crit setups I've done so far. I mean, the freaking finger gun Nightfall is pretty solid as well. There's definitely, like, stuff online about, like, just doing some crazy things with it anyways, but whether this is what they do or not, I don't know, man. Let's go ahead and throw these things in here. We're going to collect these, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take on the, we're going to go take on the council, and we'll see how that goes for us. Huh. Every time I do a choice thing, I just start bleeding. That's nice. We're going to mess up these dudes. We're going to try and activate all of my abilities all at once and see what happens, how this goes. Come on, hit him. Oh, please don't waste all my abilities by taking too long to hit, guys. Owie, run away. We're cursed. That's kind of a bummer. Come on. It's pretty solid damage. We gotta be careful, though, because there's a bunch of them. Oh, I'm out of the Fade ability. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Run, 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 run. Oh, lordy. Oh, come on. Run. Oh, I probably should have staggered some of my stuff instead of trying to activate all of them at once and do it like that. That's my mistake. Yeah, having 3 guys on me like that was a little dangerous. But that's something that's kind of nice with this build, though, right? With all these different effects that kind of enhance how well we can, like, get rid of enemies, you can stagger them so you're constantly having some kind of good effect going on. So, like, I'll start with the Hunter's Mark and then maybe the Nightfall ability. There we go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. And then once that one's off, I can swap over to the Bullet Storm so that I'm getting all kinds of bonus effects from that one. Just like this. And now we go back. Ooh, owie. Come on. Reload quickly. Dodge those. Oh, he hit me. That's unfortunate. Let's swap over to this one. Roll away. There we go. Let's activate this mod ability now. Run. Dodge. Dodge. Nice. There we go. Then we just go from there. Whoop. Haha. Come on. You gonna go down or what? Here it is. Much better that time. A lot more in control. Alright. This is the Nightfall setup. Now I'm gonna show you the bow setup, which bows are just... I mean, bows are they're really strong. I'm not going to use the Moonlight. I'm going to use the Hunting Bow. So let's go ahead and show you that one. All right, so the setup is pretty much the same with the exception of the weapons in one ring. So we've got the Royal Hunting Bow on, which has corrosive rounds because it gives us the extra crit chance, and then a corrosion reduces their damage, their armor, and then just does damage, which is nice. It's got supercharger in there so that our charge speed is a lot faster, and then we've got the increased crit chance, which is perfect because that's exactly what we want right now. I also have the bolt driver on because I've got the archer signet on, so I'm just going to get as much out of it as I can. It's got soul binder for some spreading AoE stuff, sequence shot, so it's going to charge like really fast and do increased crit chance as well. And then, like I mentioned, archer signet so that our projectile speed is better and decrease weapon charge time. So we're going to be doing some very fast charge effects, constant critical hits, and like really big number critical hits. So the Nightfall, we had a really high crit chance, so we're doing a lot of critical hits constantly. But the damage, while it was really high, the overall numbers were, low, but really rapid. This is going to be, big chunk hits, right? Like 1,500 right there, not a critical hit at all. 3,300, and they're all unaware. 1,400, critical hit, not even a weak spot hit. 1,300. Owie. There we go. And like, because it's doing so much just baseline raw damage with such a high crit chance, like, I was finding I didn't even really have to like fully charge it. Like, you just quick tap it and you're doing huge amounts of damage, mostly finishing guys off in a single hit. Let's go ahead and use a relic now, though. We kind of need to heal up. We took a lot of hits we didn't need to. Oh no. Oh, 2,500. Like, it works really well, like, with this bow. Like, it's just constant critical hits for huge amounts of damage. And even when you don't get a weak point hit, I mean, it's still enough to, like, one-shot many enemies. As long as you're, like, decent with the bow. it's going to do a lot of work for you. And then I'm going to have to show you what the freaking bolt driver can do, because with this setup, I mean, it is nuts. When they changed the freaking sequence shot mutator, it's kind of bananas. Like, stuff comes out fast. I mean, it'll go through a lot of ammo, but it does a ton of damage. And I mean, like, look how fast it just lays those things out there. And it's like constant critical hits, increased crit chance thanks to the sequence shot, thanks to our like mod abilities or skill abilities and stuff. Like, the thing can do like a lot of work for us. Oh, come on, hit the dude. There we go. Oh, there's an elite dude. That's nice. Come on. Even without weak points, like, look, we're just constant, like, huge chunks of damage to this dude. Getting those constant weak point hits, constant critical hits, a corrosion, adding in some extra, like, little DPS in between. Yeah, it's solid, dude. It is solid. Oh, that's pretty much it, dude. I guess I could try and get to another boss and show you that. But, I mean, it's going to be more of the same old, right? Where you're just seeing big critical hit numbers. We're not super, like, sturdy, so you have to be careful. Like, we're kind of squishy. Our damage reduction is okay. It's 45%. We've got a medium roll. So, like, depending on how you want to, like, navigate and change your build, you could swap it around a little bit to, like, better accommodate higher damage reduction. But, I mean, I've used it against other things before. There's things that are similar enough. The DPS is fine. All you have to do is be able to know the mechanics of the boss and dodge around them from there, and then just land decent hits to do the damage. So, there it is. Give it a go for yourself. Tell me what you think. If you've done similar things, I know like this has kind of been a combo for a bit. It's very solid, and I mean the Nightfall gun is pretty solid as well. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for checking it out. Always do appreciate it. And until the next one, take care.